Okay, so we are on the 21st challenge, right? Or 21 day of our 40-day challenge. And this is just 40 topics. They're going to challenge our leadership skills and abilities to help us up level that leadership, right? Because we always tend to over manage and under lead. And today's topic is it's a really good topic because to me it's a controversial topic because it's really hard to figure this topic out. And the topic is the truth about talent. And our jobs require a certain level of talent. And there's something about talent that we cannot teach to anyone. And so if we look up the definition of talent, it is a natural aptitude or skill. That is the definition of talent. And we cannot put something into someone that they don't already have. Talent, it's natural. Natural is the key word. And so with our jobs, this is probably the number one mistake I made early on in my hiring journey, that I wish I knew now. I was trying to hire people based off of things that I thought were important, when in reality, we cannot teach them everything. They have to have talent at certain things. And as talent is something that we're wired with, right? If we look at musicians, people that are artists, these are talents that they were wired with. And even some people's personalities could be their talent, their natural God-given gift. And do our people have a talent for what we're paying them to do? That is the question. Do they have a talent? And what is your talent, right? First, I want you to figure out and think about, well, what is your talent? Typically, what our talents are is something that we do well, something that we do naturally. And a talent does not mean that I am a musician or an artist. That was just an example. But I'm talented at creating a process. I'm talented at always holding my word and being accountable. That is a talent, right? That is a natural skill and ability. And so typically what we do really well is our natural talent. And what we get frustrated with is not our talent. That is not something that we are naturally talented at. So my question is, do your people have the talent for what you're paying them to do? If not, they will never achieve excellence. Like, that is a great statement. If they do not have the talent for what we're paying them to do, they will never achieve excellence at the job, ever. The only thing we can do if they don't have talent is that we can't take someone who's not talented at this trade and make them talented at it, right? We can teach them to be less bad. We can teach them some tips and tricks. But so I own a house cleaning company, and one of the talents that you need to work here, right, is you need a high level of attention to detail. That is a talent that a lot of our technicians have, right? You don't necessarily need to know how to clean. I can teach you that, but you need the talent that is involved with completing the job at a level of excellence. So in your interview process, you may think, well, how do I find talent? How do I seek out talent? How do I know if someone's talented at the skills needed to do the job? First, I would say make a list of the skills needed to do your job. And second is, through the interview process, look at their life, look at their background. Typically, success leaves clues. Success leaves a trail. And that's the opposite side, and so does failure. Failure leaves clues. And we want to really pin down what are the talents required to achieve this job. What are they? And start to look for them in the interview process and make sure that they are really, they're really hitting the nail on the talents needed. So my challenge to you is, first, write out the list of talents needed to perform the service at a level of excellence. What is that? Is that detail? Is that arriving on time? What is it? Is it communicating with customers? We have a customer service rep here at Organize It, and her talent, literally her talent, is connecting with people. She can make some of the best, strongest connections I've ever seen, and that's her talent. And she's great at it. Now, is she great at everything? No, because that isn't her talent, but I hired her for her talent. And also, if they're not talented at achieving excellence in this job, you're just going to teach them to be less bad. But at the same time, we need to be okay with letting people go that we thought had the talent to do the job but could never achieve excellence. Because if this wasn't their natural talent, they need to be set free so that they can find what that natural talent is so that they can really work in that flame. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was insightful. And I will see you on day 22.